Witches. So today I wanted just to take some time to address one of the bigger questions that I get asked a lot, and I wanted to make a video about it because I get asked it really frequently, and I just feel like it's something good to talk about, and it's not something that I see a lot of people talking about. So anyways, today we're talking about like how to pick the craft back up and how to get back into witchcraft after maybe studying it for a certain period of time and then maybe kind of letting it drop to the wayside. There's a lot of questions and all of them are super valid, and I just want to say, if you are in that situation, you are seen, and I'm really happy to have you back. Let's hang out and talk witchcraft, right? And I have a lot of love for those people because I'm sure that it can be kind of intimidating to get back into it, or they might have fears and worries about stuff. So we're going to address all that today and just have a little conversation. It's all good. So the first thing that I do want to say is if this does describe you, just to know that stagnation in your practice is super normal. There are times when and especially throughout my own practice, there was a year or two where I wasn't really doing a whole lot of stuff. Where it was more in college and I had a lot of other stuff going on, so my spiritual practice wasn't the focus of my life like it is kind of now, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I had a year or two where I wasn't really actively super duper actively practicing. I would kind of observe the holidays, at least note them mentally, and try, to go out to nature or what have you. I've always had it as a constant. It's always been there. I've always considered myself a witch, and I've always kind of interacted with witchy content, at least. But I definitely had a period of time where I wasn't doing this kind of stuff, for sure, absolutely. So it's not abnormal and it is a-okay. I'm always happy to have you, you know what I mean? So don't be intimidated or feel like you are lesser if you don't beat yourself up about it. Yeah, you are perfect the way you are, so don't worry about it. So the next thing that I recommend is treating yourself to something that is witchcraft related. I know it sounds a little bit weird, and yes, I am totally being an enabler. However, I find that when you're getting back into it, the more you kind of interact with witchcraft and witchy stuff, the more apt you are to stick with it. I know that some people kind of lose interest and then come back to things. So if that is kind of you, I totally understand, because that has definitely happened to me with certain topics within witchcraft. Next thing that I want to remind people is that it's okay to take baby steps into stuff. Witchcraft can be very overwhelming. I would know. I've made 300 videos on it. But it can be super duper overwhelming. So by picking a single topic and just learning until you feel like you don't want to learn about it anymore, or you've reached the level of mastery that you want for your practice, because it's your practice, I find that helps, and that's what helps me when I'm learning about a new topic. Yeah, this is your reminder that no one's judging you and no one expects you to be right back to what you were practicing prior. So, or have a practice that looks even anywhere similar to what you had before. It's okay to change things. People change. That's the whole point of life, right? So yeah. The next thing I want to talk about is to turn off social media, which includes me, I guess. No, but no, don't turn me off. Ha ha ha. No, but turning off social media and just not letting it overwhelm you. So I love interacting with other witches on social media. It is one of my favorite things ever. But sometimes, when we are inundated with stuff, it can cause, at least me, it causes a little bit of imposter syndrome. And I want to avoid that. And I want to make sure that people don't feel like you have to have a practice a certain way. And I know I say that a lot, but it is just really important to me for people to know that. And especially when you are getting back into it, it can be very intimidating to see all of these people with these crazy practices, doing rituals and all of this stuff. So it can be overwhelming and intimidating, and I don't want it to be, because your practice doesn't have to look like anybody else's. So just keep that in mind. The final thing that I do recommend, and this is just a piece of advice, it's completely up to you whether or not you take it, but it's finding a small daily ritual or routine to start doing. For me, this kind of looks like wearing my pentacle every day and wearing my blessed jewelry. It's something that when I put it on, it's a reminder of witchcraft. I mean, it's also my job, so there's that, but it's a daily routine that I do have. It's protecting myself, it's engaging with magic, it's my practice. You can find something similar to that, maybe finding a hobby where you can use your witchcraft or imbue things with witchcraft, stuff like that. But finding something small and personal to do that you can easily put witchcraft into, even if it's having a sigil as a background on your phone. there are small ways that you can really start to interact with witchcraft more, which is part of the baby steps that I'm talking about into building back up into your practice. So to all of my returning witches, I am so glad you guys are here. I'm so glad to talk to y'all. And if you ever have questions or want to chat, anybody can. Definitely send me a DM. I will always try to respond as quickly as possible. I promise. I am so proud of you guys. And I just wanted to say that, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.